You can use while loop instead of using for loop if you like. While loops keep on going until a particular condition is false. When we wrote our for loop, we defined a counter and we set the value to 1. And in the third statement, we incremented that counter for each loop, and we kept on performing this statement as long as counter is less than or equal to 30. And this is something that could be written in while loop. For that, I'm gonna cut this first statement and put it outside the code block. Then I'm gonna cut this last statement, which is incrementing the counter, put it inside the code block. And then what I'm left with is just a condition, which is checking as long as counter is less than 30. And I'm gonna change my for loop to while loop. And now if I refresh the page, it's gonna do the same thing what it did for loop. It printed hello 30 times. If I change this to 20, it's gonna print hello 20 times. You can also pass Boolean values here. If I pass true here, that means the condition will stay true forever. And that means the loop will go on forever infinite times. And that will crash your browser, so don't do that. To break out of while loop, you can use break statement. To do that, I'm gonna say if counter is greater than or equal to 20, then we would like to get out of this loop. For that, I'm going to use break statement. And now if I refresh the page, it's going to do the same thing what it did with for loop. Now, if I want to pass false here, let's say if I passed false here and refresh the page, it's not going to print anything here because this condition is false. But if you want these statements to get executed and then check the condition, you can use do while for that. For that, I'm going to cut this while and paste it at the end. And in the beginning of the code block, I'm going to say do. That means it'll execute these lines at least once before checking the condition. So if I refresh this now, it's going to print one hello, and it's going to get out of the loop because this is false now. And if I pass true, then it's gonna work like it did before. If I refresh the page, it's gonna print hello 20 times. So this is how you can use while and do while. In the next section, I'm gonna talk about JavaScript Scope.